Welcome back to Podcast with Lily Abernathy, where we dissect famous people who definitely don't care what we think, except Whitney Cummings, who acknowledged our existence and proved everything Belita Blackwell said in her episode about her. Today, we're examining Bill Burr, comedy's angriest ginger, who somehow hasn't burst into flames despite being both red-headed and perpetually furious. The internet thinks Bill Burr got swapped out with some propaganda-spewing clone that disguises its agenda as jokes. This theory makes about as much sense as using a waffle iron to fix your muffler, but people believe it anyway. Bill Burr has changed like your dad realizing the garden gnome he's been yelling at for years was actually your mum's cousin from Nebraska. He's still technically your dad, but now he checks the backyard for other lawn ornaments that might be related to you. Bill's been making the exact same wine since before Twitter, and since politicians started doing increasingly absurd things. Burr has talked more about politics because reality itself got more absurd than any bit he could write. When the world becomes a Tim and Eric sketch, comedians have to acknowledge it or risk being the only normal person at the weird party. Burr also became a dad, and fatherhood changes you in ways science is still trying to understand, using complex instruments and juice boxes. Just ask Sal. Shout out Sal. Damn, now I want some meatballs. Social media portrays Bill Burr as a chaotic commentator, unpredictable and constantly shifting based on the latest viral clip. Bill Burr obliterates this side, appears right next to Bill Burr destroys that side, like they're describing two different people, instead of one confused Boston leprechaun looking for his lucky charms. Some people think Bill Burr changed because his wife is black, as if marriage magically transfers political views. People change because time is a relentless monster that forces growth upon us like an overzealous gardener with questionable intentions. Half the people think he's been kidnapped by one political extreme and replaced with a comedy robot programmed by cable news using pledge drives as source code. The other half believes he's secretly sending coded messages from the opposite side, like a Cold War spy, using jokes about helicopter rides as elaborate Morse code. Both sides are experiencing the same hallucination, but seeing different colors. Like that dress that broke the internet, except the dress is a middle-aged comedian from Massachusetts. My favorite delusional comment from the digital wasteland. Totally not gay Reddit user. Bill Burr is doing something important by calling out the nonsense from both sides. It's the only way some people will see the light. Imagine thinking a comedian is going to reverse decades of political brainwashing like some kind of deprogramming session, where laughing at the right punchline suddenly makes you realize taxation is whatever you personally already believed about taxation. That's not how brains work unless yours is made of particularly impressionable pudding. When a comedian even hints at politics, nostalgia junkies start fantasizing about a golden age where comedy was just men in suits griping about airplane food. This historical fantasy is about as accurate as claiming dinosaurs went extinct because they all simultaneously decided to become investment bankers. George Carlin spent his career ripping into the government with the kind of passion usually reserved for someone who just stepped on a Lego in the dark. Richard Pryor discussed societal issues at a time when being raw, real, and unfiltered could get you heavily criticized, but his genius kept him untouchable. Lenny Bruce got arrested for saying things that pushed boundaries in his time, stuff that modern comedians barely get a raised eyebrow for. Comedy has always had a political edge, but the joke should always outweigh the message. When the message takes over, it's like sitting through a sermon at a strip club. Awkward, confusing, and not what you paid for.
Both political parties have incurred your wrath over the many years that you've been doing this. Both sides, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So
I don't know where you're going with this.
So you're bipolitical.
So, you know.
I'm not into politicians at all. They don't make any money. They're set up to be bribed, and in the end, they're all worth like $50 to $100 million. And everybody thinks one side is better than the other. You know, I don't know. It's a weird time, but I just feel like someone needs to bring the boiling water down to a simmer, and everybody on both sides, like if you watch CNN, Fox, you go online, or you listen to politicians, it's all, ah! And then you walk out on the street, and someone's like, hey, how you doing? You're like, good. So I don't think they're living in like a reality.
But is there any?
Bill Burr's only real crime is talking too much about politics. The more you talk about it, the more it gets clipped, the more you get used. Politics are gay. Always has been. Always will be. This has been Podcast, where we analyse cultural phenomena with the same level of expertise Whitney Cummings brings to writing sitcoms. None. If you have thoughts, rants, or just want to hear your voice on the show, call our new hotline and leave us a voicemail at 626-594-5422. Until next time, may our podcast remain unnoticed by B-list comedians with Google alerts on their name. This is Lily J. Abernathy signing off. The J stands for justice. Nah, just kidding, it's June. Later.
Watch Robbie Wood. And tell King Mickey I'ma fuck his ass up if he keep talking that shit.
All right, so yeah, he just goes hard and loads the fucking clip on him for like 5 fucking minutes, and then
He didn't even attempt a field goal in the fourth quarter. That's a go? Maybe it is to somebody else. It's not to me. I stand by what I said. I appreciate him. I hope the Lakers win.
just cutting to this fucking Molly looking like she just wants to die. That's so
I'd rather
funny.
be in LA than someplace else come June. I'm not rooting against him, and I'm not rooting against him. But it is what it is.
I love that. I'm not rooting against him, and I'm not rooting against him. But it is what it is.
We stand where we stand. You do what you do. I do what I do. But when you come into this lane, my brother, it's the equivalent of me stepping on a basketball court, going up against you, asking you not to shoot a jump shot or whatever. This is my lane, bro. And anytime you want to get down, we can get down. I have no problem showing up in front of an audience. I'll show up on his damn show. It doesn't matter. I have a right to believe that Michael Jordan is the greatest ever and LeBron James is number 2. I have the right to feel that way without him feeling like I called him everything but a child of God and then accusing me and my reputation and my character of going after somebody else's family. I don't do that.
So he basically he did our bit that I messaged you guys this, but he did our bit where he's like, look, on the court, that's your thing. But you're stepping into my thing, bro, and I'm the greatest of all time. He laid down the gauntlet and challenged him one-on-one in the arena of ideas. Like
he's absolutely right about that. It's like, stay out of broadcasting, stay out of commentary.
Stop doing podcasts.
Yeah, you're the best basketball player going right now, up there with like, who are the other good ones? Steph Curry.
Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but like the top 2 are Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Yeah, like aside from Jordan, you're the best. You don't need to be good at anything else. Stop. Put the microphone down.
Dude, like I kind of was laughing at him, but like watching it again, I'm kind of like, fuck yeah, Steve. Like he is standing up for himself, which is commendable.
I could do Space Jam. You couldn't do Inside the NBA.
Dude, also, Stephen A. would probably have been better at doing Space Jam.
Stephen A. should be in Space Jam.
He should. He's basically a Looney Tune. He's a live action cartoon already.
Yeah.
I never would. I would have dishonored this network. I would have dishonored Disney. I would have dishonored the NBA that I've covered for over a quarter of a century. And
I wouldn't dishonor this network. I wouldn't dishonor Disney.
You gotta respect Disney.
Absolutely not the Jays.
That's spoken like a guy who just got a fat contract extension, but saying I would never dishonor Disney, not even disrespect, dishonor is awesome for it. He literally is. He is the samurai. He is the samurai of the arena.
I would never bring shame upon the mouse. I would not do anything to dishonor the mouse.
If I ever did anything to make even Goofy look bad, I will commit seppuku. That's how much I honor them.
Yeah.
Keep your word, motherfucker. Keep your word.
Steve, you know who butters your bread, Steven? Huh?
Get back out there and talk some
By
shit.
the way, it's so funny how many people are begging for Stephen A. to be in Kingdom Hearts because he is part of the Disney universe.
He
canon now.
He would fit perfectly because nothing fits.
So. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Why these keys swords?
Now, this is on one hand, it's a sword, but on the other, it's a blade. You telling me it's also a key?
Mm-hmm.
Out of myself, he ain't worth it.